Okay, so the first one you're going to laugh at me for, but anyways, he actually is a pretty solid player in the low post. And being a guard, or at least a guard in my opinion, being good in the low post as a guard is really going to expand your game because that proves that you're not just a three-point threat, a mid-range threat, but you're not just even a low post threat. You're not just a layup threat. You are a legitimate low post threat, where you can post up smaller defenders and absolutely torch them. If we rewind this just a bit, this lob pass was actually a really smart idea because there's no defenders on that weak side. Everyone loaded up on this side and he was able to get front-faced in the low post. That lob pass was perfectly placed. He went up to get that ball. A lot of players wait for that ball to come down to them. He went up to go get it. He landed on both feet, which then allows him to be able to use either foot as a pivot foot. However, once he chooses a foot, he has to live by it. However, as soon as he gets that ball, he goes straight back up. There's actually a really good reason why this is amazing. Well, first off, a lot of players, what they'll do is they'll get that ball into the low post and they'll start doing a whole bunch of different shot fakes. A shot fake here, there. That just collapses every single player. And then eventually they'll go up for their shot like we see here. However, if you do what Jacoby does, which is you catch the ball and go straight back up, even though you have four guys around you, they're not going to be expecting that to happen. Which means that, look, none of them are contesting the shot. All their hands are down, which means that by just catching that ball, going straight back up right away, that is allowing yourself to score easier. Now, this I love because I teach David this a lot. David's my nephew. He's on a trillion times on my other channels. However, when Jacoby is attacking the basket, he plays off of 2 feet in the key. This is invaluable information. This is why I think that he could potentially become a Kobe Bryant style player, or at least a Jalen Brunson style player, because by playing off of 2 feet, he lands on 2 feet. He could step through with that foot, he could step through with that foot, he could pivot off of this foot and spin, which wouldn't be a mistake. He could pivot off this foot and spin, which would be a mistake. He could do a lot of different things right now that would be massive mistakes. The only move that he has right now is to either go straight back up before this guy blocks him or to step through, which is exactly what we see right here. Shot fake, gets them into the air, step through, and then he's able to get himself the and one call as we see right there. And yes, he was able to make this basket. He also does something that is very similar to Kobe as well as MJ, and I teach this a lot to players. And that is being able to, when they go into their shot, to hop onto 2 feet. Now here he kind of steps into it, I'm not going to lie. Right here, he kind of steps into this shot. He goes right, left, right. Could be a travel depending on the referee. However, he does make this shot. The reason why it works is because he's able to get his right side. If we go back just a little bit, he's able to get his right side in line right there by taking that last small little step ahead. However, if you can hop into your shot too, that's going to be massive for you. So this hop that we see right here, just as a really good example, hops off, goes right foot onto 2 at the same time. He's able to balance himself quicker. He's able to go straight up quicker, easier, faster. It just leads to a faster shot overall. And we see it off of this dribble handoff right here where he's able to go right foot onto 2. He gathers on the right, goes onto 2. This is technically a 0. And then he has a man rolling to the basket. He's not going to be able to get this shot off in time, so he doesn't take that shot. But this is why you want to land on both at the same time. It's not just to have a faster shot. It's also to be balanced and have pivot availability, which means that right here, he got his man up into the air. He gathers a secondary defender. He's able to step through the defender that he had because he stayed on 2 feet until he needed to step through. That step through allowed him to get that pass through to a teammate who was then able to score at the rim. And here's another reason why I personally believe that he has the base to be a Kobe or MJ style player. He's attacking the key right here. He takes 2 dribbles and then he hops off. He hasn't gathered it yet. This is what confuses so many fans, or at least Instagram referees, is his hand is still on top of the ball. He is on his left foot. which means that he could still dribble. This is not a step. At this point, he gathers the ball on both feet at the exact same time, which means that this is the 0 step. That's the same in pretty well every league around the world, including FIBA, which is what we go by here in Canada if you're a Raptors fan. Which means that at this point, he could spin, use this as a pivot. He could use this as a pivot, square up to the rim, shot fake, step through on this side with this foot. He has a lot of options. He could fake the spin, pivot back around, baby hook. However, he doesn't. What he does do is he just goes straight up for his shot. I really like this defense. I've mentioned this in other videos. Straight up, just make it difficult, make it hard for the offensive player. Now, Jacoby was able to make it over top of that defense, so I applaud him for that. However, that defense was picture perfect. So this is why I think that he is going to be a Kobe Bryant style player. He's able to play off of 2 feet. If he gets a little bit bulkier, a little bit stronger, maybe gets a little bit more explosive off of his first step, and then learns a couple of these different 2-foot moves, he is going to be an absolute killer. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. Make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below, and I will see you guys again in my next video.